Hello and welcome to Wholeo-Awakening's Qigong free YouTube lessons. My name is Nathan Faust and I will be your guide for this video. Today I thought we were going to do something really special. We're going to be looking at the 5 Yin Organ tune-up. And this is actually a pretty common Qigong sequence. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to devote one video to each one of the 5 exercises. So, for example, lungs will get one video, kidneys will get one video, liver will get one video, the heart will get one video, and the spleen will get one video. And at the end of those 5 initial videos, I'm going to give one more video showing you the flow sequence so that you can properly practice them at home. So, what's required for these videos is simply a willingness to learn and a willingness to get up from your seat and join me, because this is going to be absolutely fun. So let's begin. We're going to go ahead and start off with the lung exercise. This video is going to basically break down all of the functions of this exercise. And then the 6th video will show you the flow sequence of this exercise along with the others. So, what we do is we begin with our feet together, pointing straight ahead. You cannot see my toes. You cannot see my feet. But they're not going to be doing anything weird or anything funky throughout this entire routine. Instead, what's going to happen is they're going to be pointing straight ahead. And if they deviate, I will tell you. So thus far, right now, the feet are together, side by side. Knees nice and straight and locked at the moment. Going to go ahead and breathe in, inhale. Our hands float up to the side. And we're going to bend our elbows, having our arms float into the body. Now my palms are facing towards my chest. I turn the palms face down, and then I press, and then I sigh. Relax. Inhale, let's do that again. This is just preparation breath. Inhale, breathe in. When your arms reach a certain level, you're going to bend the arms, bend the elbows, turn the palms to face forward, and then bend in and allow the arms to float on in. Now my arms are facing roughly my heart. Turning the palms face down and then pressing down, letting a loud sigh of relief. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in, inhale. Arms float in. Relax, let everything flow, all your cares, all of your anxieties flow down. Good. Wonderful. Now, let's begin the lung exercise. We're going to take our left foot here, and we're going to step out to the left, forming a shoulder width stance, roughly shoulder width stance. And you're going to see me deviate this from a little bit. Sometimes I'm going to make the stance a little longer, or a little wider, I should say, longer and wider. The reason for this is, me personally, I want to target my leg muscles. You, as an individual, may not want to target your leg muscles. You might just want to take a simple, about a shoulder width stance. And that's fine. Notice I widen it just a little bit. Whatever is the case, do what's best for you. Now, the lung exercise. Let's break it down with our physical form first, and then we'll talk about the energetics. The first movement that I do is that once I have synced the qi, as so they say, or calmed down with my arms, waving arms, I stand for just a few moments to gather my thoughts. And then, as my hands and my fingers are just pointing down towards the earth, my arms are nice and relaxed down the side, nice and sung and relaxed, free from tension. And I'm breathing in and out through the nose and out through the nose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale. My arms float up. My palms are pointing towards each other. And just about stomach level, I'm going to be turning my palms and my fingers to face forwards, to face you. And then I'm going to pierce through, as if I'm piercing a target. Piercing through. Now my palms are facing forward. Or should I say my fingers are facing forward. My palms are facing toward heaven. And now once they're here in this piercing posture, I turn my wrists. I turn my arm so that my palms are now facing towards the earth, towards the ground. And then my hands spread or stretch the fingers like so, like a cat stretching its claws. Stretch. The reason for this hand stretch is to activate the meridian lines in your hand. The one that we're really going for in this exercise is the lung meridian line, which is your thumb, according to Chinese medicine. So, with your thumb, it's very important to spread, and I like to specifically target my pinky finger, which is the heart meridian line, and then the thumb for the lungs. I really like to spread my fingers out between those 2 points because, and according to Chinese medicine, lung energy balances heart energy. So, piercing forward, I stretch my fingers, and then I turn my palms down, and now I separate the hands. Separating the hands all the way out to the sides as far as you can comfortably go. There is no set rule here. Just go as comfortable as possible. No strain. And now that I'm out here, I bring my hands in, back into the body, and then once they reach a specific point, I turn my palms face up again. And then, after I inhale, I turn my palms face down. There's the on Tai Chi energy, that pressing downward. Separate the hands. And then our hands float up, come back in. That's really how we do it. So let's do that again. Inhale, turn down, our palms face down, and then a separation. Inhale, and then exhale. Back. So this is the way the movement looks. When our hands officially first separate, that's when our palms face downward and out. And then when it's time to come back together, the palms face up again and they drift back in. Push outward toward the side and then they flow back in. Good. Now, let's talk a little bit about the breath. After the breath, we'll talk about the energy. And then after the energy, we'll talk about the intent. Actually, let's start with the intent first. The intent, as I first start off with here, I want you to visualize yourself pushing your hand into a bucket of honey or a bag of beans. And if you ever have done that, or a bag of sand, putting your hand in there, you feel this type of resistance. That very same resistance is what I want you to visualize as you go through this procedure. The reason for this is that will train your intent. That will train your intent, and where the intention goes, that's also where the chi will follow as well. If there is some kind of resistance, then chi will begin to build a little bit more. So, let's start off again. Remember that piercing posture, the first part of this little routine, of this little form here, known as separating the water. Pierce. What am I visualizing? I'm visualizing my hand going into a sack of beans. And feel that little resistance that the beans give, or the sack of sand, or honey. Honey would be good too. Now we turn our palms and separate. Now, the intention here is I want you to visualize two walls closing in on you, and you're pushing them away. Pushing them away. Or you can visualize yourself swimming. Whatever gives that wonderful intention. And then you turn your palms face up and they flow back in. It's wonderful. And then down. So remember, sticking your hands in a sack of beans as you penetrate forward, turning the palms down, separating the hands, visualize two walls closing in, and you're trying to push them out without using muscular tension. That's very important. In Qigong, that's very important in Tai Chi. You really want to avoid using muscular tension or muscular force to be more accurate. Like, for example, I'm not, oh my goodness, this is hard, struggling, I'm struggling. No, you just want a light resistance. Just like you're swimming. And then you flow back in. And then you flow back out. Has that resistance. Good. So that's our intent. We talked about our basic structure, the way our body moves in this posture. Very simple. Next, we talked about the intent, what we should visualize. Third, let's talk about breath. Breath is king in all of Qigong and all of Tai Chi. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over again. So, get ready. Breath is king. What our breath does is how our body, basically our body copies our breath. So, when I pierce out, I exhale. I inhale, and then I exhale. And then I inhale again. And then I exhale. So, when the body is in its yin phase, when it closes, you inhale. And then when it exhale, you spread open. So that's one way that you can breathe. You can also reverse the breathing. So I inhale, or actually I exhale here, which is actually a little more comfortable to me, and then you inhale. And we spread open, separating the waters. Good. You exhale, and then you inhale. You can breathe either way you want. I showed you 2 breathing methods right there that you can do and that you can play with. You can either exhale as your body closes, and then inhale. Is expand out, or you can do the reverse of that. Whichever one feels more comfortable to you, I suggest that one. Also, play with the breath, because then you'll be able to experience and feel different things with the energy. Okay, so we covered now the energy. So, last part of it. What is this good for, basically, what we're going to be talking about? Well, this is good for the lungs, obviously. What's best for the lungs is, number one, we're separating the thumb, right here, which is the lung meridian. I mentioned that at the beginning of this video. And another benefit of this exercise is the opening and the closing of the exercise. Really expand your breath, and then you collapse everything. That's very good for the lung energy as well. This is also very good to ward off grief. So if you're grieving, if you experience loss, then I suggest that you practice this exercise for just a few moments. I believe it'll help you tremendously. So let's go ahead and flow through this a little bit, and then we'll move on to our next exercise, which will be the kidneys. So our feet are together. My toes are pointing forward. My entire torso is relaxed. Visualize yourself as a rag doll. Arms are pretty noodle-like. You're going to breathe in and out through your gut, through your stomach here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this form probably about 6 times, facing you, and then I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see that direction as well. So let's begin. My eyes are closed. My tongue is touching the roof of the mouth just behind the teeth. The teeth are not clenching, there's no tension there. My shoulders are down and relaxed. My lower back is relaxed. My hips are relaxed. My knees, currently they are pretty straight, about to bend and relax. Going down, all the way down to the calves, relax them. No tension. The feet are nice and relaxed. Toes are nice and relaxed. Your armpits are a little bit wider, as if a hot bun is between your armpits. So there's a little bit of space there, thus promoting blood flow and chi flow. Let's begin. I sink down on my right leg. I peel off my heel, my left heel, from the ground. So just the ball of my foot is touching the ground. I step out just a hair, just a little bit, about shoulder width apart roughly. And I transfer my weight to the left foot. So now my left and right feet are evenly distributed 50-50. I'm relaxed. My heart is open. My mind is open. I'm ready to receive the blessings that the day has to offer. I flow my hands up, inhaling all the way up, just about shoulder height. I turn my palms to face towards you. I wrap my arms around my body as if I'm hugging a big, beautiful green tree. My hands float in to face the chest. My wrists, my hands float down as I press downward, as I sigh relief. My hands are now by the waist. Inhale, my hands turn up, facing towards heaven, the palms. My hands separate. Again, inhale. Turn, my palms face you. Bend. And then exhale down. Once again, third and final time. And exhale. Relax down. My palms turn up. They're into the body as we speak. They rise about stomach height, and they pierce and penetrate forward. My arms are still bent. My palms turn over, facing towards the earth as they separate. I inhale. When they reach their stretching capacity, they turn over. So my palms are facing toward heaven and my hands float back as I close the body with a loud exhaling. Inhale. The hands separate again. Push. Separate. Stretch. Inhale. And then exhale. Closing the body up. As my hands float back to center. And then I press outward, separating the hands. Right now, I'm feeling it's pretty difficult. It's kind of hard to breathe in using abdominal breathing. Kind of makes me want to breathe through my chest, but try to limit this temptation as much as possible as your arms are spread wide. Breathe in through the abdomen as best you can. Exhale. I'm squeezing the abdomen. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale. to stretch the hands. Stretch out your fingers. Elongate your thumb and your pinkies to create that stretch. And then float our hands down. Wonderful. Now, I'm going to turn the side here. Once you see that, and we'll end this video. So, here I am, looking this direction here. This is to my north. And when you do practice this exercise, it's very important that you do practice facing north. We'll do a video series or a video on that later on. But right now, let's just face north. Facing north, my feet are about shoulder width apart roughly. All right, and now my legs are not bent yet, but they're about to be. As our hands float out the sides. Coming in the body, remember we sync the chi first. We commence first. Now, I bend the legs. And then my arms float up. Pierce out. Turn. Turn. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Wonderful. Okay. You get the basic idea. All right. So this is the lung exercise. It corresponds to the metal element. And I recommend doing this 9, 21, or 36 times. Start off with 9 first, and then you can increase the number there. And trust me, once you get 9, you'll want to do 36 times. So, before I end this video, I want to talk about how do you meditate with this exercise. This is very important, especially for us who believe that Tai Chi and Qigong are moving meditations. And the best way I know how to do this is just count your inhales, meaning you pay close attention to your inhales and your exhales. So, like for example, my mind, I don't say, okay, I'm going to penetrate forward. I want to visualize myself sticking my hand in the beans. Once you reach a certain level, you really don't have to focus solely on that. You want to visualize yourself doing that, but you want exhale. This is what you want your mind to do. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And so on and so forth. This way, you're not thinking too much, and this way, you can actually begin a little moving meditation with it. All right. So, next video, is going to be the kidneys. I hope you have fun playing with the lung energy. Thank you so much. Remember to always live in your heart. Be blessed. Thank you.